Have you ever wanted to say a few magic words that's going to give you everything you need to become more attractive to your lover? That's what we're going to be covering today on this episode of BDSM Advice with Midnight. I'm a professional Dom and kink educator. On this channel, I help people with developing their intimacy skills by using a little bit of spice. So if you like content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because that's how we make this channel bigger, and in this case, bigger is better. So let's get started. What is this phrase that can help give you the tools you need to be more attractive? Simply put, it's asking them, what's one thing that I can do that will make me more attractive to you? Now, at first, a few of you might be like, oh, thanks, Einstein, I could have said something like that myself very easily. But there's a particular way that you want to say this, how you're saying it, and why you're using particular words that's going to give you the result that you're looking for. So, an important part about this is you're framing the question. You're not going to your partner and asking, what's something that you find attractive? This might be a good conversational piece when you're first getting to know someone, and it's going to leave it very open-minded, and this can pull away from the connection that the two of you are trying to develop with this question. So they could be like, oh, maybe I like bondage, or it could be, I like, this actor's famous face, or I like someone who's 7 feet 6 inches tall, meanwhile you're standing there and you're 5'6". These sort of things aren't actually going to be able to help because they're not realistic, nor are they tied to you. So asking the question, the frame of, what is something I can do for you that will make you more attractive to me? We're setting it up that we're framing it so that it's about what we can both do that's in a realistic frame of mind. We're also limiting it down to one because we want to be able to make sure we're focusing on something that comes to the forefront. We want to be encouraging what is likely the most important thing that is currently not being actively developed, so that you can then take that and begin to proactively use it in the relationship, increasing your attraction. So one of the things you want to avoid is also framing in the way of your partner, or you're not good enough. Because this isn't the start of the relationship. We're looking to grow. So if we're looking to grow and grow together, we want to better understand each other and see how, even with our corresponding energies, how we're able to merge together and create a unique experience between us. And that's always going to help your relationship survive more in the long term. And then this becomes a building block. So once we get familiar with this exercise, we can continue to repeat it so that we can continue to build and develop more and more attraction points. And this is again going to help reinforce the connection, which over time does have a tendency to start to fade. So having questions and conversations like this helps it to grow instead, and that's how we make a relationship last into the future. I'm going to share a bit of a story here of how this kind of accidentally happened, and when I started to notice it, I started writing it down there and using it as a strategy, because the other thing is this is a great easy win. And when you have easy wins, that's a positive reinforcement, and that's going to make you look at the relationship through a more positive lens. So I remember me and my partner, we were going to a thrift store, just kind of looking at what could be neat. Sometimes it's for the bedroom, sometimes it's for the house. And I found this cheap costume piece. It was a police officer's hat. I put it on, I had my aviator sunglasses on, and I was feeling like, oh, this kind of looks a little bit cool. I show my partner, and they're just like, yeah, it's actually a little hot. So immediately I'm like, this $2 investment is definitely worth trying out. So bought the hat, took it home, put it on. There was also one other thing that they had told me before that was attractive, so not having my shirt on. So I come out, I have the hat on because they said that's hot. I came out with no shirt because that was also hot for them. And I put on the sunglasses because that made me feel confident and hot, tying into the theme. And the results were instant. There was attraction, there was desire, there was that giggle that told you you had hit the right button. And from there, I began to add a couple other pieces that I had lying around the house that didn't cost me a dime for this as well. Putting on certain pairs of pants, I added them in workout gloves that kind of gave, again, more of that sort of authority-looking figure with definitely a spice to it there. I even had a stick that was kind of similar to the nightstick that some cops in the UK use as well. So I was able to build this up into its own theme, so eventually we had something hot that I could put on. It took less than 5 minutes. It cost me less than $2. Most of the stuff I had lying around the house, and I just tied it in off of that building block strategy. And immediately we're creating powerful attraction that lasts. And this is what you want to be able to take for your own life. So when you want to be applying this into your relationship, one other thing you want to be careful of is not just sort of bombing it onto your partner. You want to make sure that you're taking the right time and the prep for it. For example, instead of just walking up to your partner and like, hey, what's one thing I could do to make me more attracted to you? Take a pause. Step back. Mention to them, hey, I'd love to be able to have a conversation with you about something that I think will make our relationship hotter. Now you're framing it in a positive. They're probably excited to be able to hear what it is you have to say and what you're going to explain. So now you've set up that framework. That way, when you ask the question, you have their attention. They're going to be thinking, they're not going to be distracted, they're not going to be giving a half-ass answer. And if you want to add a little bit more to it, you could propose the question before you go out for an activity. So, I'm going to go to work, I want you to think of one thing that's going to help make me more attractive for you. Or on the opposite end, while you're at work, I want you to think of one really spicy thing that I can do for you, and let me know when you get home. Now we're turning this almost into a bit of a ritual where you're spending hours at a time thinking about this answer, getting excited about it, the anticipation to reveal it, and then what you think is going to happen with it afterwards. We're now using it to just build up that anticipation for each other so we can have more fun together. So in wrapping this up, we want to make sure that we're using the direct phase of what is one thing I can do for you that will make you more attracted to me. Setting it up with the proper prep work, using it as a building block that you can expand on, and developing it over time. If you do this, you're going to be able to see great changes with minimum effort. This is easy to do. So keep it up, and I'll see you next time. Take care.